You're watching Soul Sisters on Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio. So on Dash Radio, I'm Yamma Brown.
I'm Heather Hayes.
And today we got a special guest, Miss Whitney Rain in the house.
Hey, ladies.
Whitney!
What's up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
How's everything going?
Busy.
Busy.
Lord, I'm trying to fit in sleep when I can.
That's a good thing, being
Yes.
busy, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is. It's hard, though. It's definitely tough. It wears on your body. So you got to eat right.
Yes.
And drink your
Oh
water
my gosh.
and keep it together.
That eating right, I know.
Babe.
Yeah, no more kettle chips, Yamma.
Kettle chips. Kettle chips are good, right?
No.
It's not good for you? Hold on. Let me go on live with you.
No.
I did a whole segment on kettle chips.
It's bad for you. It has
It's-
carcinogens in it
Yeah.
that cause cancer.
I did find some that didn't have that one maltodextrin in it. I did find some, but I can't remember what they were. And I was going to tell y'all, too. I was going to tell Keita, you can get these kettle chips. I can't remember which ones they were, though. Because I have just stopped really eating potato chips like that because of that whole segment I did.
I
just be messing
myself
myself
when I'm on the road.
Maltodextrin.
Maltodextrin.
Ain't nobody finna read all of that.
The M one.
Yeah, that's just too many letters.
The M one. So, Miss Whitney Rain from Fox. The four on Fox.
Dum, 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 dum.
How was that?
Crazy. It was fun. It was just something I'd never experienced before. Like TV was like, you get out there, all the lights, you got Diddy, you got Meghan Trainor, you got DJ Khaled, and it's like, don't mess up. So the pressure is on. But outside of the pressure, it was a great experience. I took it like I went to school. Like it taught me, like, once I get on tour, maybe one day, this is what I got to do. This is going to be my schedule.
Yeah.
So, how did you get on it?
They reached out to me on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they reached out to me on Instagram. I guess they were looking for people that kind of had a following and were doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And they reached out to me. Joshua Hart, I love you, thank you. He was like, I think you'd be perfect for this show. So I was like, okay, cool. Then I looked it up. I watched the first season, and I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to work at my old job no more. I don't want to do it. But
Yeah, that's cool.
So you never wanted to, people audition for Idol and all those different things. Did you think about doing that, or was it just out of the blue?
I did when I was a little girl. Once I got into, fast forward, I was signed to a record label at one point, so I thought I was on,
Island Def Jam, right?
Yeah, Island Def Jam. I thought I had, had my opportunity, but, things didn't work the way I wanted it to. But, after that, I started having to get my life back together, and I started working a regular job, and, I had a baby, and, had to get down to the nitty gritty. And then I was like, you know what, why not? Why not take this shot? Why not take this opportunity? And I did it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
So how long was the process?
I think I did talk to them on the phone. I went to the audition in LA, and then boom, I was in front of Diddy.
Wow.
So I guess it was
Wow.
it was
So it was
quick.
no prep time. It was like, okay, girl.
You gotta prep on your own, baby. You gotta
be ready. Gotta stay ready.
Stay ready.
I was practicing while I was washing dishes at my job.
Wow.
Washing dishes.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
a good,
That's awesome,
good
though.
story, though.
Yeah.
It's real.
Don't give up.
You can't.
Yeah. Don't give up. So who are some of the people that you're influenced by in music? Just
It's so many. Whitney Houston,
Whitney.
Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, James Brown.
James Brown, you did a JB
I
song
did.
on the 4 on 5.
Yes, I did. I sang Man's World. And I have been singing that song since I was 15 years old. That was one of the first songs that that showed me I had some type of oomph
Yeah.
in my voice. And from that moment on, I had always sang that song at shows. as an opener.
Wow.
So it was a blessing to be able to do that on national TV.
Yeah.
And, that was how I got my seat.
From Singing Man's World.
From Singing Man's World. Because Diddy wasn't feeling me at first when I sang the first time.
Really?
Let me tell you, as soon as you broke out in that JB, he was like, all right, wait a minute. He loved him some JB.
Yes.
So, yeah, that was a good one.
Yes. But I have a lot of influence. I listen to everything. I listen to rock. I listen to country.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, we had you at we didn't have you. Actually, the mayor of Augusta had you, and Jamp was there too. And so I didn't get a chance to see you perform at that event, which I was so upset because I wasn't there for it. But I heard you did phenomenal there.
Oh, honey.
And it was like a powerful, powerful night for women.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of great performers, a lot of great singers. It was just, you could feel the energy in the room. And I have a lot of moments, well, not a lot of moments, but it's moments that singers have where I call blackouts. And that's kind of like when you're getting in touch with God, like having a Holy Ghost.
Right.
In a sense. And
Right.
I definitely had one of those moments that night. And I think I was like, where am I? I'm here still. Okay.
Well, Heather got a chance. She actually performed with my dad. She worked with my dad for several years.
Yes.
So that was her second daddy.
Yes.
Dang.
Her on the road daddy. You know
Yes.
how people got on the road families.
Yep.
You know them entertainers got them on the road families.
My daddy was her on the road daddy.
Oh, you lucky.
Yes. Good times.
Yes.
You got to soak up all of that knowledge.
Yes. That was the real though. Like you actually that was the job. It was fun, but you just really had new respect for, I would just say, just how hard he worked and how hard definitely artists, especially from that era, worked.
Yeah.
To make their dreams come true, because it was just much easier now. And he even, no matter how successful he was, and he was a legend even at that time, he still worked as if he was still trying to make it. So that pretty much was instilled in everybody. So
I know. I just feel like every artist should be like that. I know they aren't, but
I agree.
I mean, I feel like you made it and that's it. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to show yourself. And I mean, a lot of these, Beyonce always outdoing herself over and over again.
Hey.
yeah, but it's the work ethic,
Right.
And that's I've worked with her before too, and it's the work ethic. Like it's not, because when you work with certain artists, you can tell. It's just it was like kind of an old school work ethic. Like sometimes when you work with artists show up 2 hours in the rehearsal. You've been there 2 hours, you rehearsing, and they show up and stay for 30 minutes and leave. Beyonce was like,
I'm here all day.
where y'all at? Y'all want some chicken? You know what I mean? Like, we'll be there at the top of the rehearsal. Y'all all right? We can stop and y'all want to stop and eat? But we'd be there for like 8, 10, 12 hours. And she was there. And I remember the first rehearsal, she was running late. And they're like, she's running late, but she literally was getting off of a plane from Europe and got off the plane and came straight to rehearsal. And was in a great mood.
But that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's not though.
No, you know what? People do get comfortable.
Yeah.
They get comfortable, and I can't say I can blame it on this, but I will say that people don't do a lot of artist development anymore.
They don't do
either.
any now. They don't do any.
I don't see it, and I kind of, and my parents are heavily involved in my career as well. They had me sit down and watch people like James Brown, watch people like Michael Jackson, watch people like Beyonce, and see, you don't see everything that they do behind the scenes, but you can kind of, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they instilled that kind of work ethic in me.
Yeah. Well, that's
And-
obvious. You were washing dishes when you were
When
getting
I was
ready
singing
for
my
the 4
song.
o'clock. I mean, yeah, you had to keep it moving.
You
so.
have to, but some people that, I think it's just got to be in you.
Yeah.
It's just got to be in you.
Yeah. You got to really want it, I think. You know what I'm saying? And just like, no matter what, just keep on going for it. Well,
Yeah.
it definitely paid off for you. I mean,
In the name of
that
Jesus.
was a
It's still a
blessing. That was a blessing. Well, so one of the things, like you said, that kind of, I was reading somewhere that you said kind of changed things around for you is when you had your son.
Absolutely.
And you kind of got this whole new spirit about what your next steps were going to be and how you had to push forward.
Absolutely.
How did that make you? How did it change for you after you had your son? Who is so cute, by the way.
Thank you.
He is so adorable.
So damn.
Well, what is he
It's a
like?
he.
How is he
That's
now?
why. They're
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's a Virgo like me. Good it just going back to just realizing that there's another life relying on you is different. It's not about you anymore. And
Right.
I kind of always had I'm big on family. I'm the oldest of 3. I have 2 little brothers, so
Okay.
in a way I help with their little butts too. But
Yeah.
you know, when that's mine.
Right.
That
Yeah.
was my baby. And it just kicked me in the butt even more. And I was just like, I gotta make something happen. Like I gotta feed my baby.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, I wake up loving, don't get me wrong, I love doing music, I love recording, I love performing. But it's like he needs clothes. He needs
Yeah.
shoes. He need like, you know, so that's an extra push.
Yeah. Now, did you have to go back to work after the 4 and 5?
No. And my boss asked me, because you know I come in there, still live up the street. I come and visit frequently, and she said, Whitney, we still didn't take you out of the system.
Oh, you guys, you might as well.
We may need you on the weekends. I said, Miss Brenda, I love you. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna visit y'all. Look, I can't do it. But you know what? God bless Tropical Smoothie, because that was a job that allowed me to rehearse at work. That was a job that allowed me to take time off of work for gigs to, you know, be able to rehearse and do these different things because they believed in me. They listened to my little songs I was playing in the back, and you know, they believed in me. They said go for it.
Yeah.
So I love that company.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I just want to know, like, so when you finally, like, when they kind of push you out on stage and you have to sing,
Yeah.
how are your nerves?
Terrible. I'm like, y'all don't understand. I have bad anxiety already. I'm a worry wart. I'm a perfectionist. I'm just a nutcase. So you know, a million different things go through my head when you're back there and I'm breathing, and then something about when that light hits me and the camera comes on, it just goes away. It just goes away, and then I just tap in and lock into it, and yeah.
Yeah, so it just go away right away.
Yeah,
Well, you
it
certainly
does.
couldn't tell. So that if you were, you wouldn't have been. I was like, oh, well, yeah.
I like to call it my other
Your
character.
alter ego? Does she have a name?
Yeah, technically it's Rain.
Oh, okay.
So is Whitney. Whitney's goofy. Whitney's like this, chill, bumping her knees and elbows and weird. And then Rain is like saucy, like, you know, that's that.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people have them once because usually people on stage are completely different
Yeah.
off. You know, I mean, it's just, I think it's just a different part of you and a different energy that you have when you're out there because you're doing something. You're in that space where you're doing exactly what you want to do and what you love to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's different when you're off stage. And I think a lot of performers have that because some people are like, oh my God, you're so, or she's so, and it's really different.
Because some people be thinking I'm gonna be mean or like stank. Like I always get no, for real. I always get like oh my God, you're such a nice person. I'm like, dang, like, you know, I ain't on social media like F you. Like, I'm all girl power, but you know, when I do get on stage, sometimes I've gotten to moments where I'm like on the ground, like stank face.
Yeah.
And I could see why people, you know,
Might
that's all
think
you're
that.
seeing.
Yeah.
But I think it's also because in their minds, if they were you, they'd be stank.
It could be. Because
Yeah.
I've had some stank stank.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, because I think that people think that everybody who's a performer or famous or wealthy, everybody's assholes.
yeah.
I think a lot of people think that, and you really don't know the whole of a person just because you watch them on TV or you see them sing at a show. You have no idea.
Absolutely.
So I think that people really tap into that, and it's a self kind of thing. Well, if I had that, if I was doing that, I'd be this way. And so you just kind of naturally assume, I think, until you get an opportunity to, if you ever get the opportunity to speak to people. And a lot of times people make assessments and judgments and never speak. Oh, she's cute, so she got to have an attitude.
Oh.
You know, it's that kind of thing. Like you're a pretty woman. Oh, she got to have an attitude. And that's just kind of what it is, unfortunately.
How was your dad off the stage? Was he the same?
No, my dad was computer geek who played video games.
I love
And
it.
watch-
It's just funny because I feel like James Brown was James Brown all the time.
You think so?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, he was him.
But this is the thing. I'm gonna say this.
I
There
mean,
was
he
sometimes there
did
were-
things that people probably wouldn't think he would
would
like.
do-
He liked westerns and he would chill out. But I
Yeah,
mean,
but it's also a situation where you see someone in the comfort of walking around with a robe and some shoes, just chilling, eat. Like, it's real regular.
Yeah.
And I don't think that people see them as regular. Like,
Yeah.
he literally be walking around his house, shoes, his robe. Hi there.
yeah,
I'm finna go get me some whatever. You
Yeah.
know, like, just really regular. So my dad, he was regular. Like,
yeah.
you know, he would be on stage, you know, bald head, chains, whatever he was. But at home, it was like, he liked Charmed. Y'all remember this show?
Charmed. I love
He
Charmed.
loved Charmed. He loved Battlestar Galactica. Like, literally, seriously. I mean, like, me and him would watch Charmed together. It's so ridiculous. But and
That's
he
so
played
cute.
him and Isaac, my brother Isaac, that's his namesake. But they played video games. They were obsessed with video games. And it's so funny because my little brother, Kojo, is obsessed with video games. And that's my dad. Video games, movies. My dad was obsessed with Star Wars. We went to every Star Wars movie there was. Battlestar Galactica and Charmed. And most people were like, huh? I'm like, yeah. And he loved to cook. That was it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah, I ain't getting none of that.
Isaac Hayes and Charmed is hilarious.
No, ma'am.
But I think your dad was, to me, your dad was like.
I mean, he wasn't his persona all the time, but he was himself. Like,
yeah, but I think
that was
but
it.
I think that people don't understand that when people hit the stage, sometimes it is a persona. It doesn't mean it's not them,
Yeah.
but it's just a part of them, and that part turns off sometimes.
Yeah.
And so that, you know, yeah. I mean, he was.
kids and families.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, you gotta think. People think, like, literally, people think, oh my God, he's chewing. I mean, people think like that.
What? He's chewing? Who
Like,
you think
he-
somebody chew up his food and then give it to him?
I'm just saying, the thing about it is I've been around your father and I've been around my father, and they look at them like they're circus animals. Like, he just
Well, yeah, because I talked about that before. Well, Keanu Reeves says that he feels like an animal,
yeah, so
like
people,
a caged animal when people, kind of come up to him and ask for autographs and just stare and take pictures.
Yeah.
And
So I
he's
just
like-
think that, which is probably what you've already encountered, but I just think
Yeah, I
people,
was gonna say.
you've been on TV, you met Puffy and DJ Khaled, and so you're not normal anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you're not, but you have to, I got to take care of my kid, I got to work. This is a job. You love it, but it's a job. You know what I mean? And so I just think that that's where it comes from, that all of a sudden, because you're talented, there's something abnormal about you. And I think it's just that everybody has a talent. Singing might not be their talent, but you just happen to tap into your God-given talent, and everybody hasn't. So they don't get that. Once you figure out what you were put here to do, it's different.
You got any crazy fans yet? Anybody do anything crazy?
No, not
Really?
physically.
Well,
like not in
I
front
know
of
they
me.
be in them DMs, though.
No,
I know that.
Is another story.
It goes down in the
Honey,
DMs.
let me tell you, I've had some, especially when I was on the show. You know, when
Any
you're
famous people?
no, not when I was on the show. I'm just
Okay.
before the show, like but mostly just it's I can't even get into it because my baby's watching. Hi, son. People say some crazy things, but you know what I didn't like. When you're on the show and obviously you're competing with other people and you got fans and they got their fans, the threats from the other fans, the things that were being said, was
The threats?
nuts. Yes.
See,
The threats. People take TV so seriously, and it's scary. It's scary, and the people will really say stuff like, "Oh, I wish you were dead," like that type of stuff.
That is so
Really?
nuts.
Because they like the other
Yeah, 'cause they
another
like-
artist.
That was what creeped me out the most. I got thick skin, so people could say crazy stuff all day, but that was the first time I had experienced something like that, and I was like, I had to put my phone down for a
Have you
minute.
thought, like, as your son gets older and you receive more and more recognition, how he's going to handle that in this world where people think they can say
Yeah.
whatever they want to say?
I think about that a lot. And that's going to be my responsibility to make sure he is protected. And that's why, I'm gonna try to work as hard as I can to make sure he's in the good schools. And you know, my parents help watch him, so I have a lot of family around me as well. So I just, you know, it's definitely something I think about, especially as he's getting older. He's starting to understand things more, pay attention to things more too. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to cross that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get you a blanket and put over their head like Michael did.
Oh, blanket.
A veil. Well, they still on blanket now.
Oh,
Y'all
my
see, they be
God.
talking about him like he just emerged out of just. Blanket came to this event. I'm like, boy, why they calling that child Blanket?
Oh, he's adorable though.
He is.
He's too
But I
cute.
mean, it's amazing though what you do have to do as an entertainer or someone famous when it comes to your kids, because like you said, you do have to protect them so much, and you have to go to some serious lengths at times. I mean, I don't fault Michael for what he did.
No, I mean, clearly somebody said they wish she was dead off of a TV show. Can you imagine Michael Jackson's
That
children?
level.
That's ridiculous.
She get it. They get it all the time. I know. Poor Paris. She always getting stuff.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Well, anyway, we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna go out with a special song by you, Your Man's World rendition by Whitney Rain. Then we'll be back. We're back on Soul Sisters. Go on, girl, with Your Man's World rendition. So, y'all, in case y'all weren't on the first half, we are back with Miss Whitney Rain. She was on Fox's The 4 on Fox.
Oh.
The 4 on Fox. I actually like watching that.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's intense.
I know that Miss Evie.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
Miss Sang, boy.
She can sing and dance.
She
and
was something else when she came out there with that Tina Turner. I was like, go on, and then she threw them shoes off. I was like, go, sis. Isn't she from like Alabama, or is she from Georgia or something?
I think she's from Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay. Okay, I knew she was from one of them southern places. So now you're not just singing, you acting too.
I am.
Tell us about. Can you tell us anything about it?
Well, I just shot a pilot called Pinch.
Okay.
And I actually shot it in here, and I played a radio host. I'm sitting right over there, which is super cool. I was like, dang, I've been here before.
And we're in Dash, and I mean, y'all gotta know, because if you're listening, you know you weren't listening
Dash
on
radio.
Dash. But yeah, that's cool. So did we take down the Dash stuff when you shot it?
This was still up. The backdrop here, Dash was still up.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. So Dash got a little shine and pinch. Okay.
And I can't talk about this, like what the name is, but just shot a trailer. And that was fun. And I can say I had some guns, and I was shooting the Uzi out of the car. I got to play a completely different like version of that's just not me. So it kind of pushed me and showed me that I could do a lot more than what I thought I could. So,
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Did you know you wanted to act, or is that like something that just kind of started, or?
I always wanted to. I just didn't know how to go about it, because music was my first passion. But I knew I had something in me. I know I'm crazy. Like I do imitations. I look in the mirror and make. Jeez, I'm all over the. But like I know, like
Don't tell all your secrets.
but for real, my mama's she'll tell you. Look, they've always called me a drama queen.
Okay.
So I knew I had something in me, and it just started happening. I started getting
Good.
calls. But it's probably after the show, but
Yeah. Well, that's all right. I know
Yeah.
you'll take that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Any means necessary.
Right. I know that's right. So now you have some new music that new things you're working on. So tell us about some of the new.
The new. I just released my single. It's called Bands. It's kind of a up-tempo, mid-tempo type of record. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's really for you to shake it. Shake it a little bit.
I was at your album your single release party, and I like the song. We definitely gonna let y'all hear it in a little bit, but we're gonna let you finish talking about.
But it's just a fun record. It was a record that I actually cut when I got back from the 4. It was like one of the first records that I cut.
Wow.
And it was like a relief to just be done, with all of that. And I just wanted to talk about having a good time. And, I wanted something that was a little bit more uplift, up there.
So do you have, I know you told us your favorite artist, but are there any producers that you would love to work with, or anybody you would love to collaborate with as far as singers or performers on your project?
I actually have not thought about this, because my wave that I've been on now is about building with people that are on the come up
with you
as well.
Yeah.
And like I think that time will come working with the big name producers and everything, and that'll be a blessing. But I just been trying to help people.
Yeah.
And bands, the track, like the guy that made the track, he worked at Guitar Center. Like, was one of the homies that worked at Guitar Center.
That's what's up.
And he produced, and I started, really getting into a lot of his tracks, and it was inspiring me, and I just kept going with what he was sending to me. And Bands was the first thing that came out. And that's just what I've been about. I just want to help people that ain't made it yet. There's so many talented people out here that don't get a shot. Like I got.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's amazing. So now Jazzy was at your album release for your single release party. So how do y'all know each other? Have y'all worked with each other?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've known Jazzy since I was 17 years old.
Oh, okay.
For years. And Jazzy found me, started watching videos of me on YouTube when I was a kid being silly. And we've been working together for real. And
I'm telling you, social media.
It's crazy, right?
Yes.
And we just silly together. We work together, and he actually has a song that's gonna be on my EP when it comes out too.
Okay.
And we're doing more work together, so that's family.
Yeah. But he's a pretty big producer though too.
He's a big but it's crazy.
It's probably because it's like that's fam, so
Right.
that's just Jazzy.
It's different, and it's different for me too. Because when I was signed to Def Jam, I had worked with so many big name producers that became like family to me. So in my head, I don't think anything surprises me. Surprises me anymore, which is weird. But I don't know. But he's a big name. I be forgetting sometimes because he's so humble. And silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Island Def Jam, they kind of just messed up.
As a lot of record labels
was
do.
it not right, or was it just not you don't think it was the right fit?
It was definitely. At the time, it was a good fit. The problem was I was signed to a production company, and so it was a joint venture situation.
Okay.
And they believed in me. They thought I was a star. That's why they had me in with Sean Garrett and The Dream and Tricky Stewart and all these. They was spending the budget.
Right.
But it was just so many fights between the production company and the label. What's going to be the single? Can we make up our mind? And I just ended up being a kid in the middle, like, okay, I just want to sing.
That happens often, though.
Yeah.
To people, yeah.
It does. And me being so young. And
how old were you?
18.
Okay, yeah.
I was a kid just coming out of Chicago to Atlanta. And I didn't know no better. I just knew I wanted to sing. I wanted to write. I wanted to perform. And it was intense. It was a very intense situation, and I ended up just sitting there. Sitting there with hella songs.
Right.
Like, what are we going to do with all these great records?
Right.
Yeah. But that's the business, unfortunately. The business, it doesn't always get it right. It gets it wrong a lot, unfortunately. So.
Yeah. Well, they're lost.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. They're lost. But so we're going to be able to hear your song. Why don't you introduce your song to our listeners?
All right, you guys.
Yes, Miss Radio host. Come on, tap in.
This is Whitney Rain, and this is my new single, Bands.
You're watching Soul Sisters on Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio.